everybody. Thank you for joining me today on this free training on how to learn to execute a great Skin Classic demo. I welcome everyone coming in. When you do come in to the group here, make sure that you give me a thumbs up or a hello. Let me know where you're watching from, especially if you are from Florida. So if you're from Florida, put an FL next to your name because we're going to be doing a giveaway, or maybe you're in a surrounding state like Georgia or Alabama or South Carolina, any of those states, even North Carolina. We'll be doing a giveaway today, and you may be a lucky winner for a VIP ticket in Florida. So as you guys come on, let me take a few minutes just to do a little housekeeping. Let me get out of here. Okay, so I've been doing Skin Classic demonstrations since like 2007. So I do them at different events, like especially NASNPRO. I've done them at IECSC, other types of beauty events, National Nurses and Business Association, and they are one of the biggest producers of new Skin Classic providers. Or if I'm doing a local event, it will also be a real catcher for potential new clients. So either way, I make it work so that I'm either gathering new clients or new customers like you at different events. I want to, let me see here. So, oh, hey, Cassandra and Christina. Okay, you're in snowy Northeast Ohio. And Cassandra's in Cypress, Texas. Awesome. Well, I know Cassandra is a Skin Classic provider. And Christina, it's cold up there, but you know, we are doing a NASNPRO event in Boynton Beach on January 30th. So let me get that slide up here because I want to chat just a little bit about that before we get started. NASNPRO is the National Aesthetic Spa Network, and there are about 8 events this year. Our next and first is Boynton Beach, Florida. There'll be excellent speakers. There'll be great vendors, sponsors, lunch, free parking, getting to network with your friends and fellow estheticians, skincare providers, beauty world experts. And we're also going dancing after the event. So I'll give you a little bit more on that in a few posts this week, but I'm hoping that the after party at a particular place in Florida will be a real crowd pleaser. Anyway, so I'm going to get going now. I want you to let me know as well in the comments if you have done Skin Classic demonstrations either at an event, maybe a women's event in your area, or an open house in your office. If you haven't done these and maybe you've been a little reluctant, if you have the Skin Classic, I can tell you right away, it's a crowd pleaser. It is something people will gather to watch you do. And when people gather, that means they're interested. If they're interested, they may become new clients. So that's what it's all about. But it's about educating. And there are certain things we can do to have the experience more fruitful. You know, back in the day before we had a lot of the digital things going on, we used to get everybody's email on a piece of paper, have them sign in. But you know what? A lot of providers or people at these shows dropped the ball after that and really didn't add those people to their email lists, or the emails they wrote were scribbled, sloppy. They just couldn't figure out how to get them in their database. Well, we don't really have to worry about that too much these days because usually at events, we do get a list of people that attended, but we can also get our own list very easily at our tables. Yes, Christina, you do need to know how you do this. Oh, you took my skin tags off last year at the Boardman conference. Awesome. And I would probably venture to say, Christina, that I did it on film. Did I video this procedure for you when you did this? So let me know, because I'll bet you I can find that video and post it today. I'd love to get the after photos of you as well. So let me get started because I know everybody's Monday is very important to them, especially if you're a skincare provider that takes the day off to do administrative work, all the other things that you need to do in your life. So uh, you are having a grand opening for your boutique. Awesome, Cassandra. So definitely pay attention because a few little tips may really help you out during this event. Um, Christina, I'll bet I did. I very rarely do those demonstrations without video, and that's part of my MO, and that's part of what makes my success with gathering new clients, new procedures. One more thing. If you guys are watching me here on my RN Faces Facebook page, which when your name comes up, yes, you are. But if you're watching on a different platform, if you're watching in my special group, Thermolysis Skincare for Estheticians, please hop over to my RN Faces page, only because if you want to get in on the giveaway or a question and answer type of thing, you have to be on that page. Facebook won't recognize you, even though you comment. So you could be on YouTube, LinkedIn, any of those platforms. Hop over to my RN Faces page. That way you will get the full tilt of this broadcast. So we're going to be at Boynton Beach, and at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to pick someone who gets a VIP tick to the event on January 30th. So if that interests you, and if you know that you can make it, it's Monday the 30th. Next to your name in the comments, the word NASN, NASN, so that when I go ahead and spin, I can pick someone that actually can make the event. You won't be sorry. It is a terrific event. This one is really the pinnacle of all NASNPRO events. This is where it all started. This is where the estheticians that first started with NASN all get together. So in our room at NASNPRO, there are skincare professionals that have been in business over 40 years. So it truly is a great event. I hope you all can make it. Hey, Kelly. Kelly, I hope you can maybe hop on a plane and go down to Florida for the 30th of January. Anyway, so let me get on with this. So there's different kinds of events that we can do, right? We know that a lot of you already have done wedding expos. They're great places, especially if you are a makeup artist. Maybe you do skincare procedures that will bring your bride up to snuff for her day and her mother. But think about this. If you want to be a standout at something like an expo where there are so many vendors, you want to be the one that people come over to. You want to do something different. You want to set yourself apart. Well, if you are a skincare professional with a skin classic, do yourself a favor. Think about bringing on the Skin Classic to your next expo. Reason being, no one else will be there with it. How many makeup artists are there? How many photographers? How many skincare lines will you see? But you won't see anyone who can truly correct the bride's maybe imperfections, but more importantly, the mothers. The mothers are there with them, and they're desperate to look good for their daughter's wedding day. I know, I did it myself. And there's plenty of time generally between the time of these expos and the time of the bride's weddings. So you'll have time to treat people, have them heal up, have them look gorgeous, and maybe go on to other procedures. So if you are that skincare professional, bring your Skin Classic and make sure you bring your white jacket. There aren't going to be other vendors in white jackets. That again is a big standout. You may be wanting to wear this gorgeous, beautiful outfit and you don't want to put a jacket over it. Well, believe me, if you put a jacket over it, people come over to you. You look way more important than the run-of-the-mill vendors. So you will get instant clout wearing your white jacket, which I always suggest. And oh, hey, from snowy Maine. Uh, yes. Oh, Jen, I hope you're going to Florida too. And Myra, yes. And, I think I've gotten a lot of responses and emails from just these people in the group. Crystal is in the house right now. And yes, you know what? Crystal is one of our awesome Skin Classic providers, trainers, and distributors. And I can tell you, every single picture that Crystal takes with her trainees, she looks super professional. Her hair is always pulled up, never dangling in front of her face. She's always sporting that beautiful white coat. It's important that we as providers, distributors, trainers look as professional as we can when we're in someone else's environment. And Crystal never, ever disappoints. So, and Crystal, I hope I see you in Florida as well. So bridal events are awesome events. Bring your Skin Classic. You will be the most popular table at that event, I guarantee. Now, there's another way that you're going to want to do your Skin Classic demonstrations. And Cassandra just said she's going to have a grand opening. So whether you're having a grand opening or maybe you want to schedule a grand reopening, especially if you want to showcase your Skin Classic. So a grand opening is perfect. I've been to many grand openings from other estheticians. I get a lot of questions about how to conduct the Skin Classic during these grand reopenings or openings at your office. There is a set way that I like to do them. And what I like to do is never, ever take a demonstration unseriously. You want to already have about 3 models in the house, people you know that are going to be good models. You want your attendees to enter your treatment room at a certain time during your grand reopening. You want to demonstrate the Skin Classic, but you have to be strategic. You want your Skin Classic treatment at that time to be a wow effect, a dog and pony show. You want to show them, you want them to gasp like, oh my gosh, did you see that? So I suggest you get friend, family member, a fellow worker to give up their body for, say, cherry angiomas or skin tags or keratosis, or sebaceous hyperplasia. Those are the 4 irregularities I love to treat during a demonstration because they will yield something like, oh my gosh, it just disappeared, or it's gone, or wow, look at that keratosis, it's disintegrating. So those are the things that will wow your crowd and they will want to sign up for a Skin Classic treatment. Now, the one thing you don't want to do is have people raise their hand and say, oh, could you demo it on me? Maybe they have some spots on their hands, right? And they'll say, just try it. I want to see if it works. I know it works. And I have my models all set. So if they would like to come in for a consultation, perhaps then I might do one spot for them for $25, but it wouldn't be the spot that they really want to have done. It might be one up here where healing is going to be a little easier so that they can see. But I've been bamboozled over the years. And I get really excited to work with my Skin Classic too. So I'm always anxious to do something for someone. But I have learned throughout the years, nope, I don't do that. I have my set models. They can see for themselves what a great opportunity it is to get a Skin Classic treatment. And during my open house, I also have things around, like if I was noticed in print, I would have the magazine open to where I was noticed in print. And I know a lot of you get noticed in print because I love to repost those. I also put up some things I make at Vistaprint, things that will let them know that I'm kind of important in my own mind, but or I want to also show them what the Skin Classic can do and leave these little signs that I make from Vistaprint up on the table so that they can see my handiwork. If for some reason you feel like you don't have the greatest before and after photos and you are a Skin Classic provider, please feel free. Go to my go to my page and you can pull any of those pictures off of my pictures. Absolutely. You may use those and they will definitely help as you have that open house with different things sitting around. So let me just get rid of this. Hey, good morning, everyone. Now remember, if you are wanting that free VIP ticket to Florida NASNPRO January 30th, next to your name, please put NASN. So, okay, good. So you're going to use a model that's already been scheduled, and you aren't going to use someone in the crowd because people want free treatment, right? You're not there to do free treatment. You're there to let them see what you can do. Okay. I know, Emily, that's okay. You can listen later. It will be available in replay as well. So open houses are a lot of fun. Just make sure you dedicate that time to doing a Skin Classic demonstration or at least 3 of them so that people can come into your treatment room and see it in progress. Let's go ahead, and this is super important during your event. Food makes friends, right? But you have to be strategic. Nothing is worse in an open house than everybody standing around the booze and the food. So you want them to be mingling in your office. You'll have your rooms set up with, if you have laser, microneedling, illuminate LED, you want them to be visually stimulated. But I will tell you something, if you lay out the food and the booze, you are not going to see those people in the areas that you want to see. So have someone dedicated to help you serve food, whether it's your partner, your kids. Hire somebody. This is one of the most important tips during an open house that I can give you. People lose when they don't do this because they don't get the attention for whatever procedure they're trying to promote. They're at a loss. And then what happens is you want to talk to these people too. You feel like, oh, I better inform them. And then you go and stand around the trough too. So it's not a good fit. Make sure you serve the food to people and let them have it and not stand around like Brown's cows eating your food and drinking your booze. Um, so when I do Skin Classic demonstrations right now, I've been doing NASNPRO since 2015, and I love doing them. They're not scary. You know, I'm a one-man band most of the time because I travel. Now, if I'm doing one in town or in my area, I would have help, like from the husband. But generally, I travel alone, and I set up very easily. So I want you to look at the picture on the left. This is my first NASN Pro event, and the one on the right was one maybe a couple years after. So the one on the left, I had the very best time, the very best demonstrations with explanation with just this. My machine, my laminated guide, my derm light, and lots of these. What are these? These are my goodie bags. So my goodie bags contained everything I need for each demonstration. I'll go into that in just a little bit, but I wanted to let you know that this is an easy thing to do. It's nothing too complicated. Nowadays, since 2015, I've changed up a little bit. I do like to use these on my table. They take up a little less space. They're easy for me to travel. I generally don't use the tall board anymore. So, because it's just hard to travel with. And then when I ship them, they break. So it's a pain in the neck. I also bring my before and after book because this will show them, I can show them all the nifty things that the Skin Classic does. And I can show them what things will look like in between. So it's very providers that they see how this works. And it's also if I am at a local event and I want to show clients, well, there's no better way. Now, the picture on the right, it's always fun to have someone with me, and Coral Anderson, one of our fabulous providers, trainers, she is terrific. She's a big help. So when I do have help at an event, it's more fun, but I can also have someone hand out my brochure. Also, I have a loop on my laptop. So that's also a good thing to do. There are videos that you have gotten from us in the past. The Skin Classic is here with a revolving before and after, which is an attention getter, and people can see. And you can stack that up on a box under your tablecloth to give it a little height. So that works well. But as you can see, some of these where I was, I didn't have that. So it's all about the demonstration. That's what people want to see. You might do things like Skin Classic parties. Skin Classic parties are perfect because you have an audience and you may want to showcase a procedure if your party people want others to watch. So that could also be another place, but you still need to be super organized um, when you do these events. Now, you know I like to go mobile, right? I love to be able to go to, say, a condo where they're having 5 people that want procedures done. But I'm not really talking about that, but this can also lead into that, which you'd still need to be very mobile, very organized. You can't always bring a portable chair and your setup to an event. I don't. I strictly use these just for mobile services. I don't use them for events because too much too much equipment. I like to keep the lines clean, and I have the models sit in regular chairs. Granted, it's not the very best or most comfortable, but hundreds of videos I have done at these events, you will see me do it with clients sitting in a chair. So I can make them comfortable with a calm demeanor, explaining to them what I'm doing, resting my hands on them, kind of keeping them calm. So a straight up chair is fine. I've done Skin Classic trainings in people's newly appointed offices without the tables. It can be done. So don't let those things sort of frighten you and think, oh, I just don't have the right equipment. So, I like to, of course, I've been to the NNBA, to NASNPRO. When you are going to be at these events, please make sure that you get it out on your social media prior. And if you don't have any live video that you did at events, take a video that possibly you have made in your treatment room, just a little snippet, and make a post out of it so people know that you're going to be doing demonstrations. I'm going to be doing a lot of demonstrations in Florida on January 30th. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to some repeat customers down there who maybe I treated last year. I can't wait to see their results this year. So I can get a side-by-side. So I'll be bringing those to you. But making sure that you have a brochure for them is always a good thing. And I do that at every NASNPRO. Let me see here. So at some of our events, this was one in Pennsylvania, and I loved this little demonstration. I do a lot of longer demonstrations, but this was in King of Prussia a few years back. Barry from Lip Gloss and Aftershave and Jenny were
Lip Gloss and Aftershave coming to you with an amazing device. We have the Skin Classic from RN Faces, and I'm here with my very good friend, Stephanie, who is the owner of RN Faces. Steph, tell us a little bit about what the Skin Classic is.
Okay, so the Skin Classic is a device that helps treat minor skin irregularities like brown spots, broken capillaries, cherry angiomas, skin tags, etc. So Jenny has treated things before, so she knows that we're just going to lightly touch and tap, and she's going to do it methodically in a row, tap, 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 and then go up and do another row.
And it doesn't hurt. You guys, if you have microdermabrasion, if you get microneedling, if you've got Botox, this is like less than that. And you're getting rid of all of these imperfections on your skin. It's amazing.
Barry doesn't have many imperfections at all because we did him last year, so he was really good to go, but the sun does take its toll.
Can you say that
year
first part
after year.
again? That Barry doesn't have many imperfections. And this is radio frequency, right?
It's direct high frequency with radio frequency. So it's the direct high frequency.
What is direct high frequency?
Well, compared to what the high frequency is in most estheticians' offices, it's buffered with glass.
Okay.
This is directly placed on the skin. So the high frequency in the offices that have the glass tubes, you can actually feel that snapping and all. You'll feel it a little bit more with this, but it's applied directly to the skin. Oh, let's do this spot over here.
So that was a quick demonstration. I have many, many demonstrations on my page, thermolysis skincare for estheticians. And if you pan there, you saw that the things that I had on my table were a little piece of paper or cloth, a little cup, Q-tips, some cotton rounds, and my gloves, a little alcohol wipe too. That's it. But what I do is I'll show you probably in this next video, and something that I think everyone should do. For instance, I have a training coming up early February for nurses coming in to do procedures. We're going to do at least 12 Skin Classic, microderm, dermaplaning, microneedling procedures. So for all of those procedures, I have what I call my goodie bags. I'm an old surgical nurse from way back, and we always had these prepared for each surgeon's preferences. Somebody likes some different kind of suture, different kind of bandage. We always had them in these bags so that we weren't hunting and pecking, and we were able to concentrate on the task at hand, our clients, our patients. So this made a lot of sense then. It makes a lot of sense for me. I've been doing this ever since I started doing aesthetics. So I'll show you how to do one in our upcoming video. And this way, when you go to the events, you could have these prepared so that if you have demo after demo after demo, you're not all over the place. You've got everything right where you want it. All you might need is a little witch hazel. Let me go to this next one, which I believe is a demo. Okay, so we'll do this demo. Let me show you during an event. Now you can see Edie is sitting up in a chair.
We have one of our own again in the chair, Edie. Edie's got got her own skin classic, and we've treated her cholesterol deposits, a few years ago, and they were much larger, but I think we can improve upon what we already did. So I'm going to moisten it with witch hazel, and I'm going to tap it in a uniform fashion. And of course, we're not lying down, so it's not as comfortable. But I'm going to give you a touch. Seem to be okay?
Yep.
So you hear the witch hazel snap a little bit. So I'm methodically following the whole area here, and I think I missed a little on the top, up here. And a little out here. Wow, Edie, you're really good. Oh, it did bring a little tear to the eye.
It did.
Even the yeah, it does bring a little tear to the eye, but so it should look like that after. It seems it's made it turn a little whiter. I'm going to turn your head this way. Okay. And then here, wonder what happy place she's gone to.
So it's witch hazel, is that what you said?
Uh-huh. You could use water in a pinch. So I'm just doing this so we can get the camera here too. Okay, so I'm going to be methodical here. I do one line, and then I'll do another. Then I'll do another. She'll develop a crust. The crust will be there for 5 to 7 days. She's had this done before, so she pretty much knows what to expect. But what you want to do is you want to keep it clean, wash it with fingertips, pat dry, and moisturizing sunblock always, or whatever good moisturizer in this area, because you're not really going to get any sun. And then this area out here.
Okay, so you get the gist, but there are a few things that you can do to, and when I see a video like this, I sometimes go, oh God, I could have made it so much better. Now, Edie's an awesome practitioner, provider, but she did have cholesterol deposits. Now, when you're at an event, whether you are by yourself like I am most times, what I do now on a very regular basis is I don't set up my selfie stick and put my phone on it, because I don't always get in really close, or you can't actually see my technique. So what I do is super easy. I don't need any other kind of apparatus or anything high tech. When I travel, I can't take a ring light with me. I can't take a big task light with me. And, you know, I love our NASNPRO events, but every once in a while, I get someplace in the room that maybe there's not the best light. So what I do is when I'm ready to do the demo, I select someone who's watching, and they'll hold my phone for me while I have the video on with the flash on. This way I get all the light directed right where I need it. So even if it's an area that might not be well lit, use your phone with the flash on video, but have someone hold it that you trust and is techy enough to hold it without shaking it too much, and you will get a good video. Now, I did this live at a NASNPRO event, but even if you're at the event, there's no need to always go live for one reason, a few reasons. This video was a little choppy because the internet service at some event centers is overcrowded. You might not get a good stream. So you might just want to use your video button on your phone and take the video to your phone. When you're done with the video, you can upload it to your page immediately and say, this is happening right now wherever you are. You'll get a clearer video. Plus, when you do them on live Facebook, sometimes they're a little hard to download and upload into another space like Vimeo or YouTube. So you can easily do it from your phone and get them onto those platforms so that you can readily share them on any social media platform that you have. So live video is fun for me to do, but I need to have some plain old video that I can work with a movie app. Maybe I can cut it up better. When I go away and do trainings, I did about 6 trainings this week. One was live in the Outer Banks. I took a lot of video. I didn't take live video, but I took a lot of video for my provider and for myself so that I could chop them up and make little snippets out of them. So you'll be able to do that with video. And if you do that, you don't have to worry about everything you're saying, or if something drops, you'll be able to edit all of that out. But getting video into your social media is perfect. It's not so much going live and announcing a live like we talked about last week. It's just as simple as making a video and making it look good so you can go ahead and put it up on your social media. So what I didn't like about my video was I didn't ask my person who was doing it for me to get in close. I do say, hey, come on, you can get in close, but I didn't do it here. I lost a great opportunity for a fabulous training video because these are cholesterol deposits. People always want to know how to treat them. So if I don't have a close-up, it's very hard to actually use that as a training video. So for me, there are things that I do from time to time, wish I have done a lot different. So let that be maybe a little lesson to you. Let's see. I hope I have my goodie bag one here. Okay, so I don't have to belabor this. I made this video in 2020 during the pandemic. Obviously, I'm wearing a cloth mask, and I am setting up all of my goodie bags for my clients. In this video, I was setting up how I work with Noramed BLT, but you can see on my table, I have my gloves, my cotton rounds, my cups, my Q-tips, alcohol wipe, and I'll go ahead and put them all in a baggie. And I have 2 drawers I stuff with this. This one would be Skin Classic, Microderm, Dermaplaning. Same thing for every one of those 3 treatments. However, I have a different goodie bag with more items in it for microneedling. I have yet even another goodie bag for permanent makeup. So at the drop of a hat, I'm ready to roll. I don't have to hunt and peck, and I won't forget anything to put on my work area. So those goodie bags are a real win for me. And hopefully if there's something you take away from this video is that you can do them too. It really saves time. If you have an assistant or a front desk person, please task them with making up these goodie bags for you and always having them in your drawer ready to go. Hey guys, Stephanie Hall will get away. Okay, so what I do a lot too, I do this in my office, I use Jot Forms. Jot Forms is a terrific platform where I can send my clients their forms online to fill out prior to coming to the office, whether it's their initial spa intake or it's an updated version. Maybe I do every year, or it's a consent form. So I dropped something. Let me grab it. Okay, but if you are still old school and maybe you don't want to do that, but you want an easier way, you don't want so many papers, well, what I also do is, this is say like my Skin Classic consent. It's laminated. And it's laminated because I use the dry erase markers and I'll fill it in. And I fill it in with their name, my name, the date, and I let them sign it. then I snap a picture of it so it's in my phone. And if I'm doing demos at an event where, like a local event where I don't get a list of everybody, I certainly love to use these because next to this are their pictures so I can remember who they are. You know, in this business, we see a lot of clients and sometimes we don't remember who they are. But if their consent form or their intake form is right next to their picture in your phone, you're going to know. So that's a little tip when you're at an event and you want to make sure that you capture the people in your area, the ones that you're doing demos on. So you do want to get a consent form from them, use jot form or use a laminated form. So easy to do. Whoop. So that's pretty much, it's pretty easy to set these up, I think. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll get them answered for you. Even if you think of them after this event, we'll go ahead and get those answered for you. So just to recap, remember, these events, whatever you're doing, are super easy. You know your Skin Classic is so portable. I take mine on the airplane everywhere I go. It stays on my personal items, so it's small enough. And this way I know it's not going to get bumped around in the bottom of the plane. So super easy to set up. You can make a simple setup. Just make sure you got your goodie bags. You're ready to roll with your laminated sheets so people can sign their consents. Make sure you take pictures, take video so that you can play those videos on your social media. Of course, get your clients okay. If you have a consent for that you need, you've got it, and I've got one too. So I also want to let you know that we are ready to spin our contest here for the NASNPRO ticket to Florida. So if you are wanting to go there on the 30th of this month, it's Monday. I hope that you will be here while I pick, and I am going to, let me spin. Okay, so I want everybody to make sure that they have a great Monday, and I'll see you. Actually, next Monday is NASNPRO. So, oh, thanks, Michelle. I hope you do like that. Yes, it's such an easy thing to do. I hate papers in my office. So once I get that consent signed on lamination, I snap a picture, and then I pop it into their Square account under, I think it's under Forms. So I have that always in their file. Makes it real easy. You can only use pictures in Square as far as I know right now. So I have to have a picture of their spa intake form, a picture of their consent in order to upload it. So yeah. So it makes it good for things on the go. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to scroll, scroll, scroll. And if you can't attend NASNPRO, then you wouldn't have put NASN next to your name. So I'm assuming that if we pick your name, you're going to be coming. I'm going to scroll up and stop. And we are at, oh, nope, that wasn't a NASNPRO, sorry. Patricia Moore. So Patricia, you are the winner of the VIP tick for NASNPRO next week. I am so hoping to see you there. You will private message me and I'll make sure that you get that ticket. And you know, that ticket was for Kayla Vinson, who won the free flight and the ticket to NASN this Monday. However, she had family obligation, not an emergency, but an obligation, so she couldn't make it. So we're able to regift the VIP ticket. There wasn't enough time to regift the flight. So if you want a flight and VIP ticket to any of the 2023 NASNPROs coming up, please go to my website, RN Faces, and you will see the link, free NASNPRO giveaway. If you are in Illinois and you want to go to the Frisco, Texas event in September, October, then you will fly if you win round trip and get your VIP ticket. So it's that easy. We want as many people to come from far away for these events if they can. So, or even if you're just right around the corner. So enter to win. We're going to spin the wheel during NASNPRO next week on Monday to see who that big winner is. And then this way you can look forward to a real NASNPRO event of your choice. You know, we're going to Boston, Frisco, Texas, Tustin, Northern California. Where else are we going? We're going Virginia. So we're going lots of Pennsylvania. We're going lots of places. So I want to see all my NASNPRO friends there and my new NASNPRO friends. So I'm going to leave you now, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that was helpful with regard to putting on a Skin Classic demo efficiently in your area. Until next week, I will see you during the week, but I'll definitely see you at NASNPRO next Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.